The white smoke billowed from the chimney atop St. Peter's Basilica. The ancient signal, watched by millions worldwide, announced a new era for the Catholic Church. The world held its breath. Who would emerge on the balcony? A hush fell over the crowd in St. Peter's Square as the new pontiff stepped into view. It was Luis Antonio Tagle, the former Archbishop of Manila, now Pope Francis II. The crowd erupted in cheers. A son of the Philippines, a beacon of hope from Asia, now led the Church. In that moment, the world felt both familiar and brand new. A new chapter had begun, filled with both promise and uncertainty. Pope Francis II, his voice thick with emotion, began his first address. He spoke of his unworthiness, his surprise, his gratitude for the trust placed in him. Tears welled in his eyes, reflecting the weight of the responsibility he now carried. His humility resonated deeply with the crowd. "I am but a humble servant," he said, his voice trembling slightly. "I come to you not with my own agenda, but to serve as a bridge, a unifier, a voice for the voiceless." His message was clear. Service, unity, and compassion would define his papacy. He spoke of the challenges facing the world: poverty, injustice, conflict, and the growing chasm between rich and poor. Across the globe, people watched and listened, their hearts filled with a mix of emotions. In the Philippines, joyous celebrations erupted. Church bells pealed, fireworks lit up the night sky, and people danced in the streets. This was a moment of immense pride for the Philippines, a nation with a deep Catholic faith. World leaders offered their congratulations, praising Pope Francis II's commitment to social justice and interfaith dialogue. Theological experts weighed in, analyzing his past statements and writings, searching for clues about his future direction. The Catholic world buzzed with anticipation. A new era had dawned, and the faithful awaited the journey ahead. Luis Antonio Tagle's journey to the papacy was one of unwavering faith and dedication to service. Born in Manila in 1957, he grew up in a devout Catholic family. His parents, both deeply involved in their parish, instilled in him a strong sense of faith and a commitment to helping others. He excelled in his studies, earning a degree in philosophy and then another in theology. He was ordained a priest in 1982 at the young age of 24. His intelligence, charisma, and genuine compassion quickly became evident. He served in various pastoral roles, working closely with the poor and marginalized. A shepherd's heart, a global vision. Pope Francis II's tenure as Archbishop of Manila was marked by his deep concern for the poor and his commitment to social justice. He spoke out against corruption, poverty, and the exploitation of the vulnerable. He was a vocal advocate for environmental protection, recognizing the interconnectedness of all creation. His work with Caritas Internationalis, a global Catholic relief and development organization, broadened his perspective and deepened his understanding of the challenges facing humanity. He witnessed firsthand the devastating effects of poverty, conflict, and natural disasters. These experiences shaped his worldview and fueled his passion for creating a more just and compassionate world. From Manila to Rome, a journey of faith. The election of Pope Francis II sent shockwaves through the Catholic world. It was a momentous occasion that marked a significant shift in the Church's history. The streets buzzed with excitement and curiosity as people from all walks of life tried to grasp the implications of this new leadership. He was the first Asian pope in modern history, a testament to the Church's growing presence in the global South. This was a clear indication that the Church was expanding its horizons, recognizing the importance of diverse voices and perspectives in its mission. His election was seen by many as a sign of the Church's willingness to embrace change and address the needs of a rapidly changing world. The modern cityscapes and diverse communities reflected the evolving face of Catholicism, one that was more inclusive and forward-thinking. His appointment was met with cautious optimism from some quarters. While many were hopeful, others were skeptical, unsure of how his leadership would unfold. The debates and discussions among churchgoers and clergy highlighted the varied expectations and concerns. His progressive views on issues such as poverty, social justice, and the environment had drawn criticism from some conservative elements within the Church. These issues were at the forefront of global discussions, and his stance was both praised and scrutinized. However, his humility, compassion, and unwavering commitment to the gospel resonated deeply with Catholics around the world. His interactions with people, his genuine concern for their well-being, and his dedication to living out the teachings of Christ endeared him to many, making his journey of faith a beacon of hope and inspiration. Embracing change, seeking unity, Pope Francis II's papacy promised to be one of dialogue, outreach, and a renewed focus on the Church's social mission. From the very beginning, he made it clear that his leadership would be marked by a commitment to bridging divides and fostering a spirit of unity among all people, regardless of their background or beliefs. He called for greater inclusivity, welcoming those who had felt marginalized or excluded. His actions spoke volumes as he reached out to communities that had long been overlooked, offering them a sense of belonging and hope. He emphasized the importance of listening to the voices of the poor, the oppressed, and the forgotten. By visiting refugee camps and engaging directly with those in need, he demonstrated a profound empathy and a willingness to act on behalf of the most vulnerable. He challenged the Church to confront its own failings, acknowledging the pain caused by past scandals and abuses of power. His candidness about the Church's shortcomings was a call to action, urging the institution to seek forgiveness and to make amends. He called for transparency, accountability, and a renewed commitment to serving the needs of the faithful. By holding open forums and press conferences, he sought to create a more open and honest dialogue within the Church. His message was clear: the Church must be a force for good in the world, a beacon of hope and a champion of justice. Through his actions and words, Pope Francis II inspired millions to believe in the possibility of a more inclusive and compassionate world, a church for the modern world. The challenges facing Pope Francis II were immense. He inherited a church at a crossroads where tradition met the demands of a rapidly evolving world. The Catholic Church, like many institutions, grappled with internal divisions, external pressures, and the rapid pace of change in the 21st century. Issues such as the role of women in the Church, the handling of past abuses, and the need for greater transparency were at the forefront of many discussions. The rise of secularism, the decline in religious affiliation, and the growing polarization of society posed significant challenges to the Church's relevance and authority. In many parts of the world, churches were closing their doors, unable to attract new members or retain the old. Yet, amidst these challenges, there was also hope. The Church's rich history and deep-rooted traditions provided a foundation upon which to build a new future. The election of Pope Francis II, with his message of humility, service, and unity, had reignited a sense of purpose and possibility within the Church. His approach to leadership was seen as a breath of fresh air, emphasizing the importance of listening and engaging with the broader community. His call for a more just, compassionate, and inclusive world resonated deeply with people of all faiths and backgrounds. By focusing on common humanity and shared values, Pope Francis II aimed to bridge divides and foster a sense of global solidarity. A legacy yet unwritten. As Pope Francis II embarked on his papacy, the world watched with anticipation. His journey was just beginning. The path ahead was uncertain, but his commitment to the gospel and his unwavering belief in the power of love and compassion offered a beacon of hope for the future. Only time would tell what his papacy would bring. One thing was certain: the Catholic Church had entered a new era, an era defined by the humility, service, and unwavering faith of Pope Francis II. The world awaited his leadership, eager to see how his vision would shape the Church and the world in the years to come. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.